Hello, fabulous Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2015, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. In the context of love, it is such an important month for you, delightfully so, for a few different reasons. One is Venus standing still in the sky and going direct. So I spoke about this in the general focused horoscope as well. This is especially important for you given that Venus is your ruling planet, but this is really forward momentum for all of us, you included, in the context of love, feeling like things can finally progress, feeling like forward momentum can set in, and also feeling like you are finally getting a clearer sense of what likely took place back in late June. So this is some really nice energy, providing some momentum for you to now feel like love can finally move forward on a much clearer path, knowing where it is that you're going and knowing the fullness of a given situation. What is also taking place is that where Venus is now, Mars has entered, and Mars will be speaking in supreme harmony with Uranus in your opposite sign. And this is happening early in the month. This further affirms some of the themes I've been talking about with you with this Venus retrograde that I spoke about in the Venus retrograde special. And this has to do with this whole idea of friends becoming lovers and, thinking about where that line is between friend and more than friends and how much more than friends. That's been part of the theme that's been playing out. Well, Mars and Uranus are going to accelerate that, but really bring it to a level of partnership where it's not just about being more than friends, but it's about actually wanting somebody who's going to be a partner and a friend to you. This is going to give you the clarity that you need. And it looks like ultimately it's a clarity that brings a lot of happiness with it as well. So you add to this the fact that late this month we are going to have a lunar eclipse. And this lunar eclipse is taking place in your opposite sign, speaking in supreme harmony with Saturn, bringing an added bonus of stability. I look at this, and whenever there is important lunar activity taking place in your opposite sign, it does suggest and it does speak to you learning through another person, through the lens of love, learning about yourself as reflected in the eyes of another. So that's what I actually see playing out here in some really important ways. You are coming to another appreciation of you and what you want in love as we are in the midst of the later part of the month, in particular with this lunar eclipse. Now, what's interesting to me about this lunar eclipse is ultimately lunar eclipses bring endings, they bring closures, they bring an understanding of what you no longer want in your life. And you add Saturn to this, there's a real understanding of the long-term implications and a real understanding that the changes you're making will add stability to your life. For some of you, if you are in an established bond and you know you're in the right bond, this will represent a major turning point in your relationship. And that turning point will bring you towards greater stability as well. And this could really be reaching an agreement and having a joint agreement with this person that you love. With this type of sky, what we sometimes see is, as part of agreements, well, what's one thing that couples kind of get into as part of agreements? Well, they tend to or can sign joint contracts, like, where it comes to leasing something or buying a home. It could be that type of situation, like a literal manifestation situation like that, that ends up solidifying the bond that much more. Or it could be something a little bit more personal, but it looks like you're talking it out and as a result making some final decisions and agreeing to some things that really are going to define the relationship in much more secure terms for a while to come. For others of you, if you're dating somebody, getting to know somebody, this is going to be that key moment where you decide if this person stays or goes. Is this person somebody really stable and secure that you can count on or not? And if they really are not, if you really see that this isn't a big picture person, this is more an immediate person, then chances are you're thinking so big picture that you're not going to let it go on much further. You're going to come to a level of honesty about that with yourself and likely with the other person as well. And those of you open to meeting somebody new, you've got a lunar eclipse in your opposite sign. There is going to be somebody there. You are going to have that lesson of understanding yourself in the context of love. And ultimately, this is meant to show you what it is within you that you need to bring structure to stabilize, to welcome in greater love. But also, I gotta say, this is very much about you attracting somebody with real potential to hang around for a really long time. So real long-term partner potential might show up under this particular eclipse taking place, speaking so kindly with Saturn. What I love about this month for you is that there is that big picture perspective. There's stuff happening in the realm of love, and while there's stuff happening that's fun, that's light, that helps you to feel a great sense of movement and a great sense of momentum, there's also a lot of personal honesty and a big picture perspective as well. When you balance the two, you will find that both are strengthened. You're able to experience joy in love that much more, and you're able to have that much more confidence as well that the love you actually deserve is available to you.